Okay, so we will start at 10 at 10. Let's give a couple of minutes to everyone else to join and we're gonna start. Thank you. Hello again. I see we have a few more people that joined. We're gonna wait for 3 or 4 more minutes just for other landlords to join and we're gonna start. Thank you. Okay, I think we can already start. So we have 25 people. Thank you all for joining. So we had another workshop last week where we went through creating the RFTA and listing the unit and everything, and there were a lot of questions about setting up your accounts. We did reach out to the landlords from that meeting, and we helped most of them. With some, we are still working through some issues, but I think we solved most of the issues related to that. If there are any other questions, Georgia posted in chat the community link. You can ask any question you may have there, and we're going to go through creating your account and how to separate legal entities for each RFTA. So, and then later I'm going to show you an affordability calculator that we have for basically all the agencies in the US, and this is something that we are releasing now. And you can see like the maximum rent you can get per unit and so on. So let's just go through it. This is basically the same presentation from last time. After I go through the account setup, I'm going to show creating the RFTA again if someone is still not sure how to do that. So this is what Bob.ai is. When you go to Bob.ai, this is the website you'll see. This is more renter focused, where they can see all the units that are listed already. So listing your units, when you list the unit, all the voucher holders will get notified if it's affordable for them. They will receive an email, so that's something that's automatically in the system, and you can always reach out to them and they can reach out to you. So we are kind of a connection between the landlords and clients in this way. Also, renters can create their renter profiles with more details about them, and you can always see this, and they can see the units on the website. We will go through renter profiles in much more detail on the next workshop, on workshop 3. So you'll see what the renter can put in and how to know what's the best renter for you. And yeah, they can see all the units on the housing provider page that will be available for you, and that's coming in September. Also, one thing that you may notice when you list the unit, there isn't an option to add a picture. So we are adding the option for adding pictures early next week. So from next week, yeah, you should be able to also list the pictures to help to explain the renter what the unit actually is and how it looks, so they know. As for creating the RFTA, you can select the PHA when you create it. We'll go through this, enter the renter name and create that RFTA. Add information about the unit. You can use it from a previous RFTA or from a new one or for a new unit that you are just listing. All documents can be completed online, and documents such as the W9 can be uploaded so that the whole form is complete. And if the PHA, I mentioned that we are working with several PHAs. So if you submit the RFTA through Bob.ai, they will see it in their Bob.ai portal. And if the RFTA is not the current Bob.ai, if the PHA is not the current Bob.ai customer, you can download the whole RFTA package as a PDF and send it to them. And inside Bob.ai, you'll have a whole listing of like a report of all the RFTAs that you have in progress or that you already completed. And yeah, this is no cost for the landlord. One thing that we recently added is the community. You can join the community now on community.bob.ai or directly through Bob.ai when you log in. Georgia actually sent the link to the community in the chat, so you can join there now, and our support will help. And yeah, the video from this workshop that is being recorded will be posted on that page. And yeah, this is the housing provider page that's coming early in September. So you'll have an option to list all your units, all your properties and floor plans, and the clients will be able to see more detail about all of them. So let me go to Bob.ai to show you how it looks. One more thing that we want to add there is integration to all the housing provider If you are using any tool such as a Yardi, Rent Manager, or something similar, or yeah, something like that, you will have an option to see it all. When you start to list the unit or create a RFTA, we may ask you a question if you're using a tool like that, because we want to make an integration so that you can pull all your units from there automatically without having to list manually. So let me create an account as a housing provider. When you click on create account in the top right corner, you can select if you're a housing assistance provider, a housing provider, or a renter. In this case, I'm selecting housing provider because I'm a landlord or a property manager or a realtor. So I'm clicking on continue here. So now I provide my email and password. We are saying we strongly suggest using your work email address to create an account. You can link your social media accounts later for logging using them. So I have this one. Let me create it with this email. And this is the password. Okay, after this, I'm selecting these two options and clicking on continue. This sent me an email just to verify that I am actually the owner of this email address. So I now received an email and I'm going to copy the one-time password and just click here and paste it. Okay, one-time password accepted. I'm in. So here we're selecting if I'm a realtor. I work with landlords and property managers to help them rent their units. I work with renters to help them find rental units. Or a property manager. I'm a property manager responsible for day-to-day operations, rental units. Or landlord. I am the owner of rental properties. So let me select property manager because I'm going to show you how to create RFTAs for different owners, for different landlords, because last time I did it as the owner. So okay, I select property manager. Now here I can select what's my property. If it's already here, I suggest you first type it. It's possible it's already in our system. If you are working with the PHA that we are also working with, if it's not, you can select that you don't see your organization, or if you don't have a company, if you are a sole proprietor. So let me just add a new organization here. Okay, my address is Shrewport. Okay, let me continue. Okay, so when you are in, the first thing I suggest is to add the contact information, such as the first and last name. And if you have other people working with you on your account, there is the users in my account option. So click here. You will see yourself. You can see which apps you have and what's your current role. And if you want to invite someone else, you can invite them here, select if they're a member or another property manager. And yeah, just click on send invitation. So you only need to enter their email address here. Okay, now let me go back to the home page. I can do that by clicking that back arrow or by clicking on my apps here. Now, one thing that I mentioned is the community. Okay, so this is how you can access community by clicking here. So we have, yeah, this will now log me in. Again, you can see a lot of topics here. Let's say I'll read it later. Let me refresh. So you can see a lot of topics here, such as the topic from our previous workshop, and you can see the recording from the workshop here. So this is community. Again, you can get answers to a lot of questions here from other landlords or from our support. So I suggest you to use it. Also, another way to contact our support is by clicking here. So again, this is for contacting the Bob.ai support team for technical issues. If you have a question for your PHA, such as rescheduling an inspection or something like that, you should reach out to them directly. But if you have a technical question related to your account or with something else, you can create a ticket. So you do it by clicking on create a ticket here. And you fill out a short form, just what's the reason why you're creating a ticket, and just what's the actual issue is. So after that, our support team will get back to you. We heard that some people are not getting answers from our support. That's because the email support at Bob.ai is not monitored, so people are not reviewing that email and answering. But we now take these tickets, so if you click on create ticket, someone will definitely get back to you. Okay, so that's how you create your account. Again, if there are questions, write in chat. Georgia will answer. I'll answer later, or even better, go to community and ask there, because that will stay after the call as well. Okay, let me now show you how to create a RFTA for different properties. Now, there was also a question about inspections. Inspection app is something that we're going to go through in workshop 4. So for now, if you have questions, again, ask. I'm going to send my personal email to chat as well. If you have any questions about setting up the account or something related to that, you can ask me directly. Okay, so manage RFTA. So this is how we create RFTAs for one or more legal entities. So I'm here the first time, so I'm going to click on create RFTA. So this is what I mentioned, where we ask you if you are what's the software you are using for property management, because we can make an integration to move your units automatically if you want, and those units will be marketed automatically. And what's the chat application that you're using, such as Microsoft Teams, Slack, or something else, you can select it here and submit. Okay, now as for creating the RFTA, here you type the name of the public housing authority that you're creating it for. So I'm going to create it for a test account that we have for test housing authority. Of course, you should not write this, you should write the name of the exact public housing authority, such as Dallas Housing Authority. So just make sure that you select the correct housing authority here. I know that some users select, for example, Dallas County or something like that, and then it doesn't come actually to DHA, or Houston Housing Authority, or Shreveport, and so on. So I'm going to do this as a test, so I'll use test housing authority. Okay, I'm using a random name. Okay, proceed. So what I just mentioned, please confirm that test housing authority is the correct PHA you're working with. So if you select like Dallas County or something like that, make sure that that's the actual PHA that you want to send this to, because that will also be automatically populated in the RFTA and all the other forms. So, you know, that's important to note. Now, this is me. I'm the housing provider and I'm the property manager. But in case I'm the legal entity, if in case you're the owner, you select yourself as the legal entity, as the owner of that property. If there's another legal entity that owns the property, this is where you select that. So in this example, I have Riverside Apartments, and they are the legal entity for this unit. If you search here and you don't find, again, this search has a lot of other housing authorities that are in our system. Now, if you don't see your legal entity, please click here. You can send an email to invite them. You can write their name and invite them. And when you are creating RFTAs, you can create for any other legal entity. If you are working with 5 or 10 legal entities, you can create RFTAs for all of them. When you upload the documents such as the W-9 direct deposit form, only that legal entity that you selected will see that form. So if you are creating it again for the same legal entity, that's even better, because the data that you use the first time will be there also on the second time you create the RFTA. So the whole process of creating the RFTA online is going to take 10 minutes. And with our data, we're seeing it really takes, for some landlords, it takes 10 minutes to create everything, because once you do it the first time, the second time it gets faster. Okay, I hope this part was explained well. If not, we can discuss it again in the community. So let me go through one RFTA one more time and show you how long it actually takes. So I can put a monthly rent. Do you allow pets, yes or no? Do you need 2 references? Do you need the FICO score? And if you're an owner and agent. Last time I was an owner, so let me select this time that I'm an agent. What this means, I just have to submit the management agreement when creating the property. Okay, the address of this one that I'm listing is 14248 Marsh Lane in Edison. You can see all the other parts are populated automatically. If this is a multifamily unit, write the apartment number here. Okay, here you select the structure type. Again, this is different based on the housing authority you work with. So you can select sometimes an apartment and so on. And why we're asking for this is because we can automatically calculate the affordability of the RFTA. So this, whoever submitted the RFTA, I think this part is familiar. This is how it also looks in the RFTA itself. You select the type of heating, cooking, and fuel for water heating. You select if it's being paid by the owner or tenant. Let's say in this example, the owner is paying for water and sewer, and the refrigerator is provided. Okay, so we can move to the next step. So I can save my floor plan here. So the next time that I'm creating a RFTA, it's much easier. I don't need to go through all of this that I now went through. I can just select a floor plan and it all gets populated automatically. Okay, now the RFTA is created. This is saying we couldn't locate the voucher for mixed stones at the moment. The RFTA will still be submitted to TPHA after you sign all the documents, but please note it may be returned unless the unit passed the affordability test. Again, some PHAs don't allow to proceed if the voucher is not in, and we are aware of that. What we are going to allow now, already in September, is if the voucher is not in the system, the renter can take a picture of the voucher and upload it, or send it to you and you can upload the voucher. So even if the voucher is not in the system yet, you can get a picture of the voucher and add it to the system. And one more thing that can happen is if the name of the voucher is not the same as the head of household name. So the name that you are putting when creating the RFTA needs to be the same as the name of the head of household. Okay, this is explaining how to complete the forms. And after you complete, we send automatically an email to the client asking them to sign. They cannot edit anything you did. They can just sign, and they cannot see the documents such as the direct deposit form, vendor number verification, or what you add in the additional documents. So those are your personal documents. Okay, here, first document, acknowledgement of rent responsibility. I'm just going to sign it. The form is now ready for my signature. Once I sign, it will be locked. If I need to change something, I will click on the unlock button and the signatures will be removed and I'll sign again. Okay. This form is done. I'm saving it. Additional amenities form. Year built. Square footage. Again, we are making one upgrade here. So even the first time when you're completing, we're just gonna select everything as no automatically. So you don't need to select every field. You can only change what is needed. This is also coming early September. But yeah, for here, let's say I have one full bathroom, carpet, fireplace, air conditioning, garbage disposal, dishwasher, microwave, storage room, ceiling fence, handicap, assigned parking, garage and carport, stone doors or windows, playground, with a hookup, washer and dryer, laundry, and so on. So we go through the full document, smoke detector 2, carbon monoxide detector 2, an example of the phone number. Okay, that's signed. Now the vendor number verification. So property name. Okay, now if I am the owner, I complete this section. But since I selected the time and agent, this section is mandatory. You can see that if you try to sign, this will tell you, please fill in all the required fields. And yeah, it also requires this physical address. Okay, so if you try to sign, again, please fill in all the required fields. So is the agent agreement attached? Yes, it is. I will attach it later. I'm going to give just the random numbers here. And again, what's missing is the agent section. So since I selected the time, the agent, I need to fill that in. Okay, now I think I completed everything and I'm gonna sign. And save. So for direct deposit form, there was a question if you are already working with the housing authority, why do you need to complete it again? So if it's not provided to Bob.ai, if we don't know the direct deposit form, it needs to be entered just one time. So just that one time you need to fill it in, and then every other time when you're submitting the RFTA, it's already there. So as I'm the first time user here, let me just complete this as well. Of course, you cannot leave things incomplete like this, so you need to fill everything in. And again, that's one other advantage, because I know that now PHA sometimes return to you if something is not complete. Here you have to complete it fully, or it will not be, or you cannot submit. So we really try to reduce that number of RFTA's returns. Signature. Date is today. Okay, perfect. That's the direct deposit form. Now, any other document that you need to submit, note that the PHA that you selected may have their own rules. And if you are submitting to a PHA that's not our user, this is just a default kind of view that we see. So if you know that there is some specific document that they need, you should select it here and upload it. Here I'm uploading the W9. And I'm also going to upload the management agreement since I am the agent. So I need to upload the management agreement that I have with the owner. That's one thing. And some PHAs, I know for DHA, they still ask you to upload the direct deposit form with the wet signature. So this one, even you don't even have to complete fully. But what is mandatory is that you complete, that you actually upload it here, direct deposit form with original signature. Again, required for new vendors and landlords. We just need to know who that landlord is. So for first time, we ask for it. Okay, since my connection is a bit off, it's taking time to upload. Move to the next step to see this. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. It's a bit bigger file. Okay, now it's good. And the management agreement as well. It's management agreement for rental agents. Okay, it's here. If at any time you need to see the document that you uploaded, you can click here to open. This will download the form and you can see it here. You can open to see what it actually is. Okay, this one is also uploading. We move to the final step. So this is also good. You can see these green check marks, meaning that something is completed. Everything that you selected before, information that we can use, is filled in here. The name of the housing authority, the address, and so on. Let me put in the lease start date. So I think it can be September 1st. Security deposit amount. Date when unit is available. Let's say it's Monday. And the inspection will not be created before this date. That's also automatic. This is all selected by you before. So here, check one, the let by pay and the closure does not apply because the property was built on or after 78. If this is a multifamily and you need to provide some comps, some comparables for this unit to prove that the rent can be paid, this is where you can put them. Some PHAs also asked to put them in the additional documents. Yeah, last step here. And that's it. It's all complete from my side. Okay, I didn't upload the management agreement. The progress is saved, but draft are not completed. So I need to upload it again. Okay, it's here. Downloaded everything I filled in is saved. I just need to sign. And that's it. This RFTA is now submitted. A client, that's why it's best if you, actually it's now going to be submitted. The client will receive an email asking them to sign. If they are an older person, or if they are not that good with computers or mobile phones, know that they can do this on the mobile phones as well. And for landlords, this, what I was going through, is available only on the PC, but in September, we're also going to allow this to be done on mobile. So the whole process you saw now could also be done from the mobile app, starting in September. So this will be sent to Mixed Tones, but if they have a family member or someone who can help them with this, you can add their first, last name and email here, and they will also receive a link to sign the RFTA form. Okay, this is it. That's how you create the RFTA completely. I think it took me around 15 minutes with explaining everything, going through everything. So I think it can take you even less, and especially the second time when most of the documents are already there. If you wanted to create this for a PHA that's not in our system, you click here, download RFTA package, and this will download the full package of what we now went through. And the next step after the initial, the RFTA is approved, is the initial inspection. So once the RFTA is approved, if the PHA is using Bob.ai, their inspection would be created automatically. So just to show you the RFTA package, it has everything that you filled in now. So you can download this as a PDF and send to everyone. All the forms are filled in completely, including the RFTA form and anything that you added in the additional documents, such as the W9. If you need to download just specific page, for example, this RFTA page, if the client is not able to sign, you can click here and download, and this will download only this specific RFTA page already filled in and just waiting to add the renter section. So you can send it to them. They can input it like this through their PC if they have that option, or if not, they can just print this and sign it. Okay, that's the RFTA section. Now let me go through questions. I want to show you also the affordability calculator, but let me go through questions in chat to see if there's something that we need to go through before we go through this. I missed the first Zoom. Will you be having another one? So I went through most of the things that we did on the first call. There is also a link in the community to see the whole recording of the first workshop that you can use. Good morning. I get numerous emails inviting me to create an account in Bob.ai, and they contain relationship code. I already have a Bob.ai account. What generates these emails? And do I need to add this relationship code to my existing accounts when these emails come? Well, those emails usually come when you invite someone or someone invites you to their account. If you can, I think you don't need to enter those relationship codes if your account is already set. And I think, yeah, you probably got an answer from Georgia as well. No, you do not have to add the code to your account. Kindly create the ticket and forward one of these emails to me. Yeah, perfect, Georgia. So if you can create a ticket or even reach out to me directly to speed that up, we'll go through that and just see why are you getting that. Also, none of my tenants' units show under clients and units. How can I rectify this? This is on us. We are making an upgrade to clients and units at the moment, so we are not showing them there. But as we just released this option for legal entity, we want to make sure the clients and units are correctly shown. So that app will be available really soon. I already create my account to Bob.ai. How can I add existing units to my account? My tenants can see the inspection list, but I could not see the house and list. So please first check if you can see the inspections now. in the inspections app. So that app is here. There is inspections. There was an issue where some property managers could not see their inspections. So please first go to the inspection dashboard now and see if you can see them. If not, the best way is to click here on contact support, create a ticket, and send the details to us about what is it that you're not seeing, and we can definitely help you for that. Do I need to create a RFTA for existing properties? No, you do not. If the renter is already in and rented to them, you don't need to create a RFTA. RFTA means the request for tenancy approval here. So that means we are doing it only for the new renters, so for the new move-ins. I think there was one more. If this is a new property, nobody have moved in yet, is it okay to leave the comparable rent section blank? Yes, it is. In most cases, you can leave it blank. Only if the rent is a bit higher than reasonable amount, and you already have some other market rents that you are renting for that rent, you can provide them. Again, it's fully fine to leave that empty. Note that it just may be returned because of rent reasonableness analysis. Will we be able to ask for rent change in Bob.ai? That's a good question. It's something that we are going to work on soon. You are not the first to ask about this, so by the end of the year, you should be able to also ask for rent change. I'm not saying that as a guarantee, but I know that we have in our roadmap to work on rent adjustments as well. Do we have to upload the 3 comparison leases while submitting the RFTA? So again, that depends on the PHA. Some of them request it, some do not. It would usually be written here. Let me open this RFTA. They would usually write it here under the additional documents if it's needed. Again, if you think that the rent is too high compared to some other in the area and you have leases that have that same rent or higher, I suggest that you can you do it here. We manage 4 different owners and set up separate Bob.ai accounts. Should we set up one Bob.ai as the management company and have different entities as owners? So that's a good question. If you set up 4 different accounts, that's kind of the best option until we get the housing provider page launched. So Vince, I think I'll reach out to you after the call to see how we can help fix your account. I think what you're doing now works well, but yeah, we'll definitely be improving that. Is a house with an attached garage apartment considered a duplex? I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe if some other landlords has a question to that, they can write in chat. So the question is the house with an attached garage apartment considered a duplex? I do not know. The PHAs will definitely know the answer to that. But again, if any other landlords knows the question, they can answer. And this is one of the good questions to put in the community. So I'm sure someone in the community would have an answer to that. So it would be even the best option would be if you can ask there directly. Okay, now let me show you one more thing, which is the affordability calculator, something that is live yet. We didn't formally launch it. So we have this page, PHA Hub, where you can see all the housing assistance providers. So all the public housing authorities in the US, you can find them here. Public housing authorities near you, you can see how many programs, how many vouchers they have. You can see their payment standards, utility allowances, their affordability calculator, and jurisdiction map to see which area they cover. For example, for Housing Authority of Rosebud, if you click here, it would open their payment standard. So let me show you one example I have for Shrewport. Okay, so this is the Housing Authority of Shrewport. These are the programs. This is the number of vouchers they have. Here we can see the affordability calculator for them, jurisdiction map, payment standard, utility allowances. So let me click on the affordability calculator. This takes me to their page. And the pages can be also, for some of them, accessed through like URL, like PHA/DHA or Bob.ai/PHA/HHA or hacks for Shrewport and so on. So you can see their page here, some details about them, and contact information for them. Also, this is where you can see their payment standards. So for all the zip codes that they are in charge of, you can see what is the rent that they are paying for each number of bedrooms. And again, you can see this for each PHA in the country. The same goes for utility allowances. For each of their structure types, we can see what the amount they pay. For example, for air conditioning, this is what they're paying based on number of bedrooms. Bottled gas, they're not covering, but if cooking is electric, this is the price. If cooking is natural gas, this is the price, and so on. You can see it for all, and for, you know, for all structure types. For this, you can see that for all of them. This is a feature that I'm going to talk on some of the upcoming calls. Track my inspector. You can put the unit address and department, first name and last name of head of household, and see when the inspector is coming. But that's something coming soon. So this is the affordability calculator that I want to talk about. You can see all the leads that can afford your unit. You can see it here in case you don't want to list your unit. So this would not reach out to any landlord, to any renter who can afford it, but you can at least see how many of them and see them in the rental leads here below. Yeah, and these are all the rental leads in Shrewport. So if someone here is a landlord that has units in Shrewport, these are all the renters that you can reach out to right away. But for this, I also encourage you to list your unit, because if you list it, then the system automatically reaches out to all of the renters that can afford it. The other thing is, show me the max rent for a renter. So if you are already in touch with the renter, you know their income, their deductions, and their voucher size, you can see approximately what's the rent amount you can ask for. So let me show you that. I have this unit. This is the unit address. So gross annual income. If income is a monthly source, multiply it by 12. If weekly source, by 52. If hourly, multiply hourly rate times hours per week, 52. This is just saying how to count the gross annual income. It takes a bit of time for this input field to show, just while the system checks where the unit is and some details about it. So let's give it as an example that the gross annual income for this renter is 10,000. Deductions. So these are the deductions that they are getting. So 480 per child under 18, or for full-time students 18 plus, 12 plus credits, or disabled child over 18 if head of household, spouse, or sole member is 62 plus or disabled, we allow 40 deduction. Other deductions may apply. You can call your PHA to see the details about that. So let's say the deductions for them are 400. Estimated utilities for the selected unit. If you know what will be the cost per renter per month, you can put it in here. If you don't, you can click on calculate this. Let's say if this is a 2-bedroom unit, I can click here to calculate. So for Shrewport, these are the options that they have for their allowances. Let's say that this is a flat garden or a high-rise apartment. Heating, cooking, let's say, is electric. Everything paid by the tenant, just water and sewer paid by the owner, and refrigerator is provided. So you can calculate and save, and this will calculate what are the actual utilities for Shrewport Housing Authority and populated in here. So in this case, it would be 59. Okay, proposed rent, let's say 1100 is the proposed rent. And you need also to select the voucher size, because it's important. It's not only the unit bedroom size. If the voucher size is smaller than the unit bedroom size, then the affordability would be a bit less. So you need only also to select that, and you can check the affordability. Now this is saying the maximum affordable rent for this unit is 921. And yeah, you can also search for other units on the Explore Rentals app. So what you can do is 921 here. Okay, this is affordable. So these are all the details. As for the utility allowance, we see here why it's 59, what costs how much. And yeah, these are all the other details about the utility. Again, you can type the address to check if the housing authority is Shrewport jurisdiction. So this unit that I listed is actually here. So it is inside the jurisdiction of Shrewport Housing Authority. We can try with another one. Kings Highway in Shrewport. So this is here, and it's also in the jurisdiction. So this is what you can use also to make sure if you can list the unit for a PHA, as I know for some it gets returned if it's not in the jurisdiction. So that's the page. Also, you can see other housing authorities in Louisiana if you want to list for some of them. Okay, let me go through chat to see if there are any other questions. Will HUB contract be sent via Bob.ai in the future? So some housing authorities do allow that. Please ask your housing authority. I see Georgia mentioned Dallas. Yeah, they do it. I know some others as well do it. It's in the RFTA. When you go to manage RFTA and you open it, the HUB contract is there. Now, just some housing authorities do want to use it and some do not. So you can also see HUB contract here. Again, you can always fill it in if you want and use this to download and send if they don't allow it. But yeah, that just depends on the PHA at the moment. One thing I wanted to add, so the RFTA that I created is here, right? So I can see when I created it and how it's going. If the PHA approves it, the status here would change to approved, later to inspection scheduled. You can see the inspection number here, and you'll be able to click on view inspection to see the actual inspection. Again, we had one landlord who had a problem with this on the last workshop. So if there's someone else who has a problem with that, please let us know by email or in the community. So that is for the HUB contract. Where can we find this recording? So yeah, the recording will be in the community. As Georgia said, within a day or two. Once we have it ready, we'll just post it here. So when I click this link, this opens the community. There is a post here saying this is how you can register for it. So I'll just reply later here, and I'm going to send the recording like I did for the previous workshop. Again, recording from the previous workshop is here. Landlord workshop 817. So yeah, you can find it here and watch it. Again, this one will be here in 1 or 2 days. Are there any other questions from anyone? Okay, I'm also going to send my email in chat in case there's something you have to us. There was one landlord that I told I'm going to reach out to. Yeah, Vince. So yeah, we'll definitely do that later today. Megan, I think you covered everything. Thank you. Any other questions from anyone? Okay, anything that you want to see in one of the upcoming workshops? So as I mentioned, we'll be going through renter profile, maybe seeing how we can go through leads. If there are more account issues, we're going to go through that, and later inspections as well. So is there something that anyone wants to see in one of the workshops? Inspections. Okay, yeah, maybe we can move that up to workshop 3 if that's important for others as well. Okay, thank you all for participating. How will we, there is one more question. How will we upload the list of a new move-in? So you would upload it in the additional documents. Let's see if I can show it here. So you would select it from here. Is there an option? Yeah, I'll see why this option is not showing, but there should be an option here. We're gonna fix that today. It should also say comparable leases, so you would just select that as an option and upload it. That is it. Eric also wants to see list my unit. Okay, Eric, you also have it in the video from the first workshop, but yeah, we can go through it again later. After the inspection is passed and a tenant is moving. Soma, this was a question about the leases or something else?
Yes, leases.
Oh, how will you upload the list of a new move-in? Right. I missed the question. Sorry, I thought we were... Okay, you're right. After the inspection is passed and tenant is moving, you will upload it also here in the additional documents.
Okay, come back to the same place. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, thank you, everyone. Can we use Bob.ai to communicate with the people at the authority? So again, it depends on what the authority is. For some housing authority, you will see a button, chat with my case manager, and you can click on that and send a message to them. But not all housing authorities are using that module, so it depends. And one more thing that I forgot to mention, in many drafta, in all the draftas, you have a button, a chat button that you can open, and that's basically a group chat between you, the renter, and the public housing authority. So public housing authority is not notified that you send the message, but if they're reviewing the drafta, they can always open the chat to see the message. And that's it. Okay, again, thank you all for all the questions. We'll pause this and send the invitation for the next workshops in the coming days. Thank you.